Hello, this is an introduction to Traffic Simulator 1.0. Our team members are Max Leone, Humberto Chacon, and Salvador Gandara. Our product owner is Kianush Burjani, and our instructor was Masood Sajadi. The purpose of this project is to provide a way for routing driverless vehicles. This routing is done using oblivious routing techniques, which take into account the highly randomized traffic patterns. Another goal for this project is to provide a simulator to test and visualize these algorithms, along with providing an API to be able to call these algorithms. To be able to test our algorithms, we had to be able to run a traffic simulation and call our routing API using simulated vehicles following paths returned by our API. Our routing algorithms were called by our Flask server API, which sent paths back to the client. On the right, we can see an instance of our simulation, where each red dot is a simulated car making calls to our API. Now let's see it running. This map is running on my browser on localhost port 8000. A library called Leaflet is used to draw the background maps, and when I press this button, it will make calls to our API. This window shows what our API is doing. Each red dot in this frame represents a simulated car that is making calls to our API. In addition to our JavaScript web app, we use the Unity game engine to make this simulator shown here. On the left is one of our oblivious routing techniques called top-down integral, and on the right is Dijkstra's algorithm, also known as shortest path. Each dot in this simulation represents a car that is making calls to our API and getting paths. On the right, the paths are shortest path, and as a result, there is congestion in the center. On the left, the congestion of the network is taken into account, and overall, the network congestion is reduced. Here we see another instance of our leaflet graph, with Dijkstra on the right showing congestion in certain parts of the map. On the left, we see our oblivious routing technique, which is alleviating congestion by sending certain cars on alternative routes.